So this is Darcy. She's with me on another school day. So Darcy's my my little work in progress. Very reactive with other dogs and on a lead. Very reactive around to where the owner lives. So what was happening is she'd been advised not to walk Darcy anywhere else and to keep away from dogs. So that's what the owner had done. Unfortunately, that made it worse for Darcy. So it turned into more of a very sort of nervous experience when she did see other dogs. Let's get some recognition. Thank you. So anyway, I've come along and we've been taking her as many different places as we possibly can. Her owner now has a crate in the car, so she goes in the car, she's all over the place, seeing lots of new things, building confidence with the owner. And for my part, I'm seeing a massive improvement with her. And there is a lady that I walk with a couple of times that met Darcy when I first had her, and I've walked with them again this morning, and even they said what a massive difference there is. So this morning's walk was really interesting because there was an awful lot of dogs about, which was great. Hey, I'm just going to throw in these random stops. I just wanted to slow her mindset down a little bit. Hey. So although I've got the lead, I'm trying not to use it too much. It's there really just as an absolute, you know, backup if we need it. And so it's quite relaxed really, the lead is, which is nice. So this morning there was quite a few dogs that we met, and quite a few dogs off lead as well, which was great. And it was lovely. I mean, people said straight away, oh, do you want me to put my dog on a lead? I said no. Leave your dog off a lead, she needs the experience. I've got complete control of her, but she needs the experience. So so it was really good. She had dogs coming to her, running to her, trying to sniff her, and obviously she didn't want that. And they acknowledged that, and they stepped back when she gave the information that I don't want to talk. They picked up on her energy. There was a couple that barked at her because they picked up on her energy, and she didn't bark back at any of them. Yes, she reacted, and there was a few that she did, you know, spin around and look behind her a few times. So I think, where am I likely to see? I'll head this way, see if we see somebody this way. So yeah, she did look behind her a couple of times, you know, just checking on where they were, but there was nothing over the top. And when I was giving her the, you know, the ch sound, she was acknowledging it. Ch. Lovely. And that's what I'm looking for, looking up and the licking of the lips. That says she's listening to you. So much better, much calmer all round. We stood talking to a lady that had 3 whippets. They were all on a lead, and then there was another guy, and he had a lurcher, and his lurcher had recently been attacked, so his lurcher was a little bit wary of other dogs again. But it was off the lead. It was very polite, very respectful, and because I stood talking. Normally I say keep moving, but now I'm at the point where I'm going to stand still and I'm going to confront Darcy, and I'm going to put her in these situations that she doesn't actually want to be in. And all I'm doing when I'm stood there talking to people and she starts to react is this, and then I'll step into her. Okay, and that's as much as I do. I don't talk to her and I don't look at her. I just use my body language, step into her, and the people are behind me, and we continue talking. And that's what I did this morning with her. So it was fine, she was all right. The only time when she did bark and she did go up on her back legs is when one of the ladies, she actually half picked up the greyhound and lifted him up and held him in front of her towards Darcy, basically just saying, look Darcy, he's lovely, there's no need to be scared. And I know it was just a friendly thing and the lady was trying to help, but what she actually did was she lifted this dog up and put it onto a higher elevation, lifted it up off the ground. Even though it was only its front legs that she lifted up, she still put her arms around and lifted that dog up. So she lifted it up, higher platform, higher level. And she also obviously had the dog in front of her, was also giving eye contact to Darcy and speaking to her. So basically what that lady was saying is, I've got a dog here, I'm using it in front of me, deal with this. So it was actually misinterpreted as a challenge, and Darcy did react to that. But at the same time, didn't stop and explain any of it to the lady. I just stood straight in front of Darcy and did that. And when I say claim your space, that's all you're doing. You step into their space and you just make them move back, and that's it. Okay, lovely, nice and relaxed, just respecting my space and acknowledging my pace. So that was this morning. Really, really good. Lots of dogs that we met on the lead, and yes, she's edgy and she looks, you know, and she's not overly comfortable, but she's acknowledging the checks on the lead, and she isn't overly strong. Massive improvement. Now, when I went back with Darcey a couple of weeks ago on her last session with me, because of the improvement I'd picked up with Darcey, I wanted to have a word with the owner and see why the owner was still having problems. And when we did the walk, it was quite clear the owner was very, very tense, very strong with that lead constantly. Now I say to everybody, it's give and take with that lead. So you give the checks on the lead. This is what we're doing, give and take. If you solidly hold like this, the dog will start to solidly pull against you and do that and get into a heightened state. You have to relax that lead. By relaxing the lead and giving the dog the chance to let you know where its head's at. If I wanted to stand still, I'm going to stand in front of her and use my body against her. Okay, I'm not using the lead. So this is what you need to do. You need to practice your body language with the dog this way, rather than using this lead as a physical restraint all the time, which is what the owner was doing. She was very, very tense, still very reactive herself, the owner was. So and that's what we need to work on with the owner. So this morning, just a quick conversation, and she did say yes, Darcey still gets strong when she's seeing dogs with the owner. This is to do with the relationship with the owner, and it is all about your body language within the house. You have to be calm and you have to be in control and consistent with your body language in the house, because that is what will give her the confidence outside on a walk. I've got that, and I'm seeing massive improvements with Darcey. I'm just letting her have a little sniff here. I think I might want to go to the toilet. So I'm seeing a massive improvement. Her confidence is building. It's lovely. But we have to give her this slack on the lead so that she can actually figure it out as well. And it's down to the confidence with the owner that now, I think, really the biggest hurdle now. And that's just something that will gradually get better and better in time and increase in time. And you know, with the owner going to lots of different places in the car, experiencing different environments, all of that will help to build their relationship and make it better for them. But she's wonderful. I walked in my house today with Roscoe and Rio in the house, and because she's met them before, yes, when she first walked in she was a little bit on edge. I had her on the lead with me. It's fine to have the dog on the lead in the house, okay? When you restrict the movement in the house, you're keeping the mind calm, so it's fine to do that. And yeah, they had a little sniff of her, she had a little sniff of them, and it was all very calm, very, very relaxed. And after the walk this morning, when I did get in, made a cup of coffee, sat down, and within a second she was asleep on the floor at the side of me. So she's relaxed. That's my energy, and this is what we need to get from the owner now. We need the owner's calmer energy to really build this trust. But progress-wise, Darcey's doing great. Okay.